I got a smile on my face. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna smile at the world. Okay, guys, here we go. Rise and shine. It is green nurse Denise Costello and Sherry time. Here we go. We're gonna get started.
Change the paradigm of healthcare.
The Green Nurse is a holistic cannabis nurse that teaches on the endocannabinoid system and the safe utilization of cannabis and other progressive tools to help people reach a better quality of life.
I'm the founder of Holistic Caring. We're based here in California, and we do educational programs and case management for patients on how to use cannabis therapeutically as a medicine.
We're also here to decrease stigma around what it means to feel good and be high, hence the H for hope, I for inspiration, G for growth, and H for healing.
As the founder of Holistic Caring, I basically oversee the whole ship, and what we're doing is progressive education.
Cannabis actually supports all 11 organ systems, our immune system, and all the neurotransmitter signaling systems that give messages to tell our body to either do something or not do something. Because the plant was prohibited, it prevented health professionals, doctors and nurses from learning about cannabis as medicine.
I want to change the paradigm of healthcare and us paving the way into a new vanguard of medicine. And I'm excited to really bring this into light. There's a company called Canam that we're merging with, and we will now be doing global education.
It's about education, it's about empowerment, it's about teaching people how to feel good, bridging the gap from what they're not getting from traditional medicine, utilizing different plant medicines, adaptogens, tips, tricks, hugs, and nugs of information to support and nourish the most important system in our body.
And it's a lot of soul work, a lot of love, a lot of discipline, and meditation. I'm using my life work as a testimony to others to learn how they can be their own hero and then go help heal the world.
And we are, as nurses, the game changers.
Growing in health, growing in cannabis.
Yes.
Peace begins with me.
Hi.
Inhale, Ananda. Here we go. We're in the weeds this morning. Rise and
Here
shine.
you are.
Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Today is Friday, December 10th. Happy Fry Day. And I am here with my amazing co-host, Denise Costello from Massachusetts. We are broadcasting live from Phoenix, Arizona and Boston, Massachusetts. So Denise, for the new viewers that are out there that haven't watched before, please say hello, let everyone know where you're from, and all the amazing things that you're doing in the community for patients and people across the globe.
Awesome. So good to be here. As Sherry said, I'm from Boston and I'm a holistic cannabis nurse. I've had over 30 years of nursing. That's a long time. And I am creator of Energized Living Retreats as well, in addition to being a cannabis nurse. So what I do is help people figure out how to use your lifestyle as your medicine and what we need to do within our lifestyle that is our medicine, because we have so much power ourselves to activate our own healing system within our body. And cannabis is a wonderful tool along with energy therapy as well. And as a matter of fact, I just want to let you know, I am running you may have heard us talk about Healy, which is a microcurrent frequency device, FDA cleared for pain and soft tissue type of situations. But it also is able to emit vibrational energy, just like if you've heard of Reiki. They're used Reiki in hospitals now here in Boston, Beth Israel, and all the big main hospitals. And the bottom line is we are all energetic beings. We have an bioenergetic field. and we are able to receive and emit energy. So what we are doing right now, we are receiving the energy emitted from our Healy device, which is a quantum sensor. It's scanned. Anybody who taps into this podcast today or tomorrow, whenever, and you are receiving this energy, it's scanned the group and it's sending us specific frequency based on what our needs are. So that's just going to be running in the background. So you're getting a little extra juju today. All right.
I love that.
And when we look at how we live our lives, basically we lean on, the way I like to create it is 4 P's. And my first P is, excuse me, I narrowed it down to 3 because I need to make things a little easier. One of them kind of mushed into the other one, but the first one is prayer. So prayer, it doesn't mean you have to be down on your knees. It's basically how you have this conversation with your inner guidance, your spirit, with God, with whatever you believe in, right? So we need to tap in, first things. Secondly is protection, how we protect our mind, our body, our spirit with what we think, what we eat, how we move, what kind of environment, the people that we're around, how we sustain this level of health. And then the last one is play. So it's important to be in your joy, to be doing things that elevate you, make you feel good. And the other thing about play, it doesn't mean you're just running around, woohoo, but you are being open to receive. When you're playing, you don't have any big outcomes, right? You're like, oh, let me try this. Let me see what happens. That's what it's all about. And that's why we're here. We are so passionate about reducing the stigma around this plant and educating you on plant medicine and how easy it can be to bring in all these tools in our day. And that's what it's all about.
Well,
right?
it is. And that's what we're going to do right here this morning. So we're taking care of all 3 P's. We're here on the show, which is playtime for us because we love to talk about cannabis. We love to talk about lifestyle medicine. We love to talk about health, healing, and wellness. It brings us joy. So not only are we doing our jobs, but we're enjoying it while we're doing it. And we're teaching you that you too can have those new levels of wellness, that you can incorporate a little bit of play into your day. Prayer, we're going to step into that right now. By pulling a card. I don't know if you have a card.
I got one.
Magic card. Okay, good. So we're going to pull a card. So prayer, as Denise said, is having that communication, having that dialogue with a power greater than ourselves, sitting in a space of being open to listening to spirit, the wisdom of spirit, the wisdom of the divine, and having that conversation. And sometimes pulling cards can help. And then we're going to talk about protection in a little bit because Denise is an amazing foodie and she has created the most beautiful recipe and video for us to share today. So we're going to cover the 3 P's today. So here we go, Denise.
Okay.
What do we got for cards? What are we focusing on today?
So what I did is this is from The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein, and I shuffled them, put my little hand on them, and here is what came up, which I think is perfect.
What's it say?
Compassion is my compass. I am willing to hold space for the experience of others.
Oof, oof, oof.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, Sherry.
Wait, say it. Let's say that again. I need to hear it loud and clear. I am willing
to hold space for the experience of others. So compassion is my compass because wow. And this is such a perfect time to be hearing this because, during the holiday season and, we are being faced with a lot of people, whether, we're literally, right. And we can kind of get a little or judgmental or whatever. And this just reminds you to really step back and I try just to look at that person. When I look at that person that's irritating me, I try to think about how are they as a child? I try to look at them as a child.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier, or a really elderly person. When you put them in a different frame, sometimes it makes it easier for you to have compassion and understand, try to step back and why are they acting this way towards me? I know.
Well, this is the interesting piece about all of this, Denise, too, has to do with, compassion is my compass. I'm willing to hold space for the experience of others. So we know as nurses, the essence of nursing is human caring. And we're able to do that pretty effectively with the patients that we take care of because we're in that mindset.
Yeah.
So what this card is saying to me, I need to be willing to hold space for the experience of others that aren't patients,
Yes.
that are other people that are in my lives,
Right.
right? And
It's kinda
so,
like your nursing hat on 24/7, right? Like, you're
right,
looking at everybody as a patient.
everyone is a patient. Exactly. It's true. So yeah, so it is a lot easier to do with patients than it is to do other people. But I truly see this card as a call to action, to sit back when you do get triggered by someone else's behavior. Because 9 times out of 10, when you get triggered, it's someone else is doing something that's bringing up a past memory. And how can you have compassion for yourself when you're in that moment of reactivity and not to react to what
Yeah.
they're doing? So how can I have compassion for someone else's experience when they're not doing what I think they should be doing? And it's great. It's a really good.
That is that's a tricky one. And I, love having this
Oh,
card right now because it's that
oh,
when
it's
you
a
say
really
my compass. So when you're
compass.
saying that's your compass, it's always here. Like we got to
Yeah,
lead from that, And so
lead from the heart.
it's
I don't know
good.
about you, but being surrounded by weed totally changes how I feel.
Right? You're like,
Dang,
oh, it's okay. It's
I got this.
okay.
I
I'm
got
good. I'm
this.
surrounded, and
I'm
so there you
surrounded.
go. Like you're surrounded by the energy of the weed. You're
Energy of the
surrounded by
cannabis plant.
cannabis. We
Yeah.
don't want to call it weed anymore, right? We call it
Yeah,
cannabis.
but weed's fun.
It's kind of funny.
Happy Fry High
Little
Day.
throwback. Little
Yeah.
throwback, right?
Well, you know what, Denise, what
Throwback
we're trying to
tunes.
do is, language is so complicated and we always give meanings to words. And, I heard people don't use the word marijuana, don't use the word high, don't use the word weed, don't use, it's like, no, yes, no, yes. We need to look at language as a
Mm,
means for us to deeper our understanding because how we all perceive and interpret language is personal. Always. You can have dictionary definition and then you've got the urban dictionary definition and then you've got the other definitions that people make up
yeah,
about language. So
right.
yeah, so decreasing stigma, that's what we're here to do. Decreasing stigma around what it means to feel good and be high, feel good and talk about the plant. We're normalizing it. We're decreasing stigma about all aspects of plant medicine. And sometimes we may get a little spicoli, but you know what? It's all in good fun. It
It's
is. It's true.
fine. Yeah, and what's wrong with that? I'd rather be
Exactly.
that way than
Exactly.
like, "Wow," and
Exactly.
angry and,
You know,
totally
it
closed, right? That's
mhm.
when you're in that space, you're in very receptive,
Yes, very
receptive
receptive.
mode. Mhm.
So what I love, Denise, is how you have created something beautiful for today,
Yeah,
cultivating calm and joy
yeah.
into and out of the kitchen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what does that mean, right?
Let's get into it. What
So
do we
what
got here?
so here's what we got. You think about this. For a lot of people, the kitchen can be really stressful, as you're hungry, and as women, let's face it, we generally we're the caregivers of the family, and we generally are the one doing the grocery shopping, identifying the meals, preparing the meals, and it's better today because men and family members are jumping in, but we still tend to have that planning mode, or we're responsible for the health of our family. And that's a lot of responsibility. And you can be coming off a full day of work and you're exhausted and you're coming in and, everybody's like, what are we having? And you can be like, ugh. So I think it's really important to step back and really be mindful and have a transition in place before you go into the kitchen. Like get yourself into that mindset of like, okay, here I am. I am performing probably one of the most important things for my family is how I feed them, how I show up. And we know that kitchen is that magical place. It's where everybody meets. It's where people are talking about their day or not. It's the hub of the family. So we want to make that experience inviting and nice and non-judgmental and just a safe space.
Mhm.
So you got to, helps when you are in that mode.
Yeah.
So I started to think about, we do a lot of blessings once we're sitting at the table and have the food. And I said, where it's important in my mind is when I'm preparing the food,
Yeah.
like coming into that kitchen, like, my energy, I want good positive energy permeating on my food as I'm preparing it. And I want to be so thankful as I'm looking at the food and preparing it, like, oh my gosh, thank you, farmer, for being out there all day and, making sure everything gets to us.
Well, love and gratitude, Denise. Love and gratitude are the two highest vibrational words. And those words can permeate and can penetrate and can energetically stimulate. Dr. Emoto from China did messages from water, and he was able to show the depiction of crystals. How if you put water on specific words, love, gratitude, and some of the words that don't feel so good, fear, hate, ugly, whatever, and showing the depiction of the crystal formation based on words. So really interesting. So giving love and gratitude for everything that we put into our bodies, and not even our ability to just create it, to make it. How lucky are we that we have the capability of being in the kitchen, of going to the store, to pick up these ingredients, to prepare the food, to nourish our bodies. This is all what it means when we talk about nourishing your endocannabinoid system.
Yep.
This is just another way of doing it, but we're doing it in a way that just feels good, feels better, right? We got to bring feeling into how we're healing, right?
Exactly.
Feeling into the healing.
Healing into the healing, and by stopping and pausing like this and being mindful and getting into like our prayer or our communication taps us in. It drops us in, and that's important. Awareness. So the first step is awareness. Like, where are you at? What do you need? So do I need upbeat music in the kitchen while I'm playing, or do I need mellow music and candles? So it's that awareness, but like awareness of where you're at and what you're projecting. What energy are you projecting, right? So we'll just start with this. I'm going to lead you just through this prayer that I put together that I like to do when I go into my space. And it can be so simple, like whether you're even like pulling into your car and you're still in, your garage, you could do this prayer as you're coming in, or just as you get into the kitchen. So I just ask you right now just to close your eyes and just put your hand on your heart. And why I think it's very important to always put your hand on your heart onto your physical body is it's a reminder that you have the healing capabilities for yourself. And it's tapping into your energy. You can feel the weight of your hand, you can feel that warmth on your chest. Deep breath in and exhale out. So ever present God, Spirit, here with me now. Help me to be here with you. I am so grateful for the bounty before us. Bless this kitchen as we prepare this meal. That's it. So simple,
So beautiful,
right? How simple was that? And did you notice, I want you to just take notice of, how do you feel right now?
I got a smile on my face. And it's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smile at the world.
And if there's another time, you're just going through, even if you don't have time for the whole prayer, you can just do our peace begins with me, right?
Easy.
You always have that. And that's why we love this little peace. Pinky begins with me. This sign, this is a mudra. This is a sign of knowledge and power. So when we get calm and we tap in, that is our superpower. Bam, right? So cool.
Good job. Really, really cool.
I love it.
Yes.
So then we'll move on to the next P is our protection. And so I'm going to share with you. So whenever I have a recipe or something, we're busy people. I'm not going to mess around with having you make things that are not going to be nourishing for your body and just jammed with nutrients. Like, why are we going to put that CRAP in? Crap. Can I say that on here? I don't know. But so you want things nutrient dense and jammed. And that's why I love this recipe, because it's so simple and easy. and we all love a jam, right? But, jam comes with a lot of sugar, and a lot of it's high fructose sugar. And if you don't get that, it can be kind of expensive too, to get the fresh pureed, blah, 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 organic. Well, this requires just 3 cups of your raspberries. You can get a frozen organic raspberries, and it has chia seeds in it, 2 tablespoons of that. You're going to get the recipe for all of this. Chia. So raspberries, let's step back. Raspberries are high in antioxidants. Raspberries have a lot of fiber in them. Raspberries are delicious. Raspberries are a fabulous berry, that you want to. Oh, look at you. Awesome.
Cheers. Cheers. Gotta love.
Cheers. And the summer when we've got all the raspberry places, you can freeze them. They're so easy. Or you can just pick up a bag. I like to add, I do a mixture of raspberries and red cherries, because red cherries are also really powerful antioxidant for your heart. It has really good components, but I like the sweetness. There's just something about that cherry raspberry combination. I just love the combination of those two. And then to sweeten it, we're using maple syrup. So again, this is a natural there's no high fructose corn syrup. It's not going to spike your blood sugar up and down. It has magnesium in it, so it's got some better, which helps with calming of your muscles and just calming your body. A little vanilla, and that's really it. Now, I did up at this time, since I am a cannabis nurse, I am upgrading all my recipes now to stimulate that endocannabinoid system even further. So we've stimulated with omega-3. So chia is high in omega-3. The endocannabinoid system loves omega-3, right?
Right. Well, here's the reason why is cannabinoids are fat soluble. And when you think about our cells need a healthy source of fat. A healthy source of fat helps fat soluble vitamins get into our cells to nourish us, which is great. Let me know when you want me to put the video up, because I know that we're
put the video up maybe
after this. Okay.
At the end, yeah.
Okay, so we have omega-3, so the chia seeds.
Omega-3, rich in fiber, which is really important. And also they call it the runner's fuel. And the reason they call it the runner's fuel, because if you've ever used chia, when you add water to it, it gets all gelatinous and it's like these little round.
Yeah.
Use it a lot for thickeners, but it holds on to that water. So they use this, the Mayans called this, the chia is like a power food, and so it's a fuel, and it was able for them to run long distances because it held on to more water. So I love all of that about our little friend, the chia. And what I did here was just, I had some cannabis butter, which is, I added that in here. So it comes to be about 5 milligrams per teaspoon. So 5 milligrams is a really nice starter that you can start with. And think about this. You're waking up in the morning, you got maybe some achy joints or, whatever. You could spread a little bit of that on your toast. It's not going to be tearing. It's just enough to activate, that portion of your endocannabinoid system to relax things. It works on your whole system, right? Excuse you, little Sherry. Little Caesar.
I had a little sneeze.
Yeah, your little sneezer. So that's the protection piece. So then the third P is play, right? So this is being open, adding in the cannabis, adding this into your jam. Thinking about, I never thought about making jam before. Right. I always thought jam was so complicated. Got to steam the jars and blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh. You will see in my video, you'll be able to make this like in 15 minutes. So simple. And then the third, the play and part of like protection of our heart, like doing things, as Sherry said, gratitude and giving, right? Being a giver. Here's something, a lovely gift that you can give away to your friends or your neighbor, elderly neighbors. They love their toast. I know that's a stereotype, but so
why don't we show the video, and then we'll review one more time, just the hugs and nugs just for people. I think this is a great video. Okay, here we go. Let's put this up. And this is Fit Food Friday Fabulous with Green Nurse Denise. Here we go.
That was so that was last week.
You know what? I'm gonna actually put that back up because that's what was in the folder.
Okay. All right. We'll
So
do
this
that
is
one.
a recipe
I
from
can
last
talk
week.
on that one too. This is a good one.
You know what? Why don't we do that? Because
Yeah.
that was actually that's the video that's in the folder for this week.
Okay.
So
Fine.
and then we'll put the other one up after.
I know what happened. Yes, that was
It's okay. Well, it's all right. So this is we've got another recipe here from Green Nurse Denise from Energized Living. And then we're going to put up the chia jelly video a little bit later, but this is another video that she created and it's wonderful. So let's put this up now.
Yeah.
All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again.
You guys are lucky. You got 2 recipes today. How about that?
I know. This is good stuff. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Here we go. Friday food. I'm looking for the jelly, and here we go. We have this. All right, so that was a recipe. Let's talk about that recipe. That looks like a good one.
That recipe is an awesome recipe. So how that recipe came to be, I was with a friend of mine who is experiencing her 3rd child, and I love the fact that she invited me over to come cook with her and prepare some food, for when she has the baby. And it was such a lovely experience because, again, connection. I could have made the food and sent it over to her, but look what that experience was connection, being together in the kitchen. I could pass along just some of my little tips and nugs on how to make this recipe. And she's, a healthy eater, no dairy, no wheat. Some of her kids had some allergies. So this is a kale pie, and you may think, ooh, but it's delicious. It's so good. And with a rosemary almond crust. So if you remember, like on Terpene Tuesdays, learning about our friend Rosemary, that terpene helps with anti-anxiety, helps you to focus, it helps with bronchodilator. So when that is cooking, when that, almond and rosemary crust is priming, you cook that crust first, your house smells amazing. You can smell rosemary. So just think being in your kitchen like, oh, isn't that wonderful? I'm infusing those terpenes and all of that wonderful stuff. And then just it's a kale, you puree it with some onions and things like that. And you put it in there and there's some egg. But what makes it easy is then you can cut them into little pie slices and you can freeze them individually if you'd like. And then you can pull those out as you need, because sometimes when we're pregnant and we're breastfeeding, we have these like rushes of hunger where we're just like, I need something now.
Right now.
And this is something that you can make ahead and you can heat it up really quick. And it's, substantial and you can feel really good about eating it. So it covers all the good things in there.
Nice. So Denise, you are also doing some amazing things on Sunday mornings.
Yes.
What's going on for Sunday morning?
Doing stretch and pray sessions. It is a month of Advent. Advent is the 4 weeks leading up to Christmas, and it's all about just getting present and being more present with God's presence in our life as we are preparing to welcome, Jesus into the world. And basically, I look at it as welcoming Jesus into your day every day, or spirit, or whatever you connect into. And so I like to do things a little different, adding in my other P's into the mix. So we do a stretch, we do a meditation, and we will reflect on, I'm a contributor to this Advent calendar, which is a daily reading and meditation every day called Adventure. An adventure, which is really cool. It's like, see, how are you going to be at the end? What kind of person am I going to be when I meditate every day, when I focus on the spirit every day? Let's see what happens. So if you want a live session, Sunday morning, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we'll be on Zoom. You can join us.
Yep. And there's a link right in the comments, right down below, that you can join.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's wonderful. And then we have, you're going to be back on Monday.
Back on Monday. Yes,
we are going to be what? We're going to continue to be broadcasting live next week from Phoenix, Arizona.
Yes.
So we're going to do some mindfulness meditation. And you know what I think we're going to do too is we're going to pull up that recipe. We're going to pull up that recipe for Monday.
We can do the recipe on Monday, easy peasy, and we will do a meditation. That'll get you started for the week and help to keep you locked in.
Yes, absolutely. Motivational Monday. And then Denise, you're also doing half-day private retreat. So let everyone know about what you're doing.
Yes, I am.
Energized Living.
Yes, Day with Denise. So we're pulling together all
everyone needs to have a day with Denise. I was so lucky that I had weeks with Denise. You have no idea, man. She's worth every penny, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, we have.
So tell everyone what you're doing, because it's great.
What we're doing is amazing. This day is for you. This day is for you if you are taking care of everybody else, because you got to take care of you, right? Yeah. We don't do that. You know, a lot of us business owners or mothers or nurses, anybody. So this is for you. We're going to, whatever you need, I'm going to nutrition, meditation, prayer, movement, whatever you need, it's for you. Okay.
You.
Special.
I love it. It's great.
And we meet for one-on-one. It's like, just think of, you have a whole retreat all to yourself.
Yeah. So listen, this has been awesome. Friday.
I forgot to mention that. Can't leave out cannabis. I forgot to mention, cannot leave out cannabis. I show you how to use it and we play with that.
That's it. That's it. So to leave an energized life, right? Here we are, is using our daily activities of living to help energize and heal us. Mm-hmm. How cool is that?
Exactly.
To be able to go about your day and pull out little tips, tricks, hugs, and nugs, tools, that Denise has put together for you all. So you can live your energized life. So you can live your best life. I think that's great. Love it, love it, love it.
Well, lifestyle is our medicine, right?
Our lifestyle is our
medicine. And
Elizabeth says that too. Elizabeth says, I'm using my life's journey as a testimonial for how you too can reach new levels of wellness. We're using our life's journeys, our stories, the healing of what this plant has done and everything, pulling it together, to show you all that you can do this too. So join us in the community. So the Green Nurses are at holisticcaring.com. Elizabeth Mack is the founder and CEO of Holistic Caring. The Green Nurses have merged with Holistic Caring, and we're together, and we have this beautiful network that is off of social media. It's private. It's uncensored. There's providers, patients, and nurses across the globe. There's something for everyone. What we've been doing as nurses is we've been sourcing out what people want and need, and we're here to bring it to you. So come join us in the community. Free introductory to cannabis course, complimentary patient portal, patient support group, book club, and you don't even need to own the book, right? Like Denise says, we are our own healing. We are our own healing container. And, Denise is showing us how to live an energized life. Elizabeth's writing about it, and we're all coming together to share it with you all. So happy Friday. Thank you all for joining us. For the new people that are out there, I see where we go. We've got Demeta Man out there. Rick Simpson agrees. Demeta Man, thank you for joining us. We have a new viewer and a new fan. And yes, we here we go. We've got, Demeta Man, Rick Simpson. He's my buddy. Rick and I go a long way back. Anyways, for the new people that are out there, thank you for joining us. Please share the love of cannabis medicine. Please share the love of Green Nurses. So if you're new out there and watching, I just want to let you know we are educated. We are educating and empowering people to use this plant safely and effectively. We're here to decrease stigma around what it means to feel good and be high. Hence that H for hope, I for inspiration, G for growth, and H for healing. And we're here to change the world. One hug, one nug, and one puff at a time.
Yeah. I like
So
that.
remember, everyone, it's about living your best life and helping others do the same. We'll see you next week.